Most traders confuse movement with progress. They stare at screens all day, they click buttons, they chase noise, and at the end of the day, they're exhausted and broke sometimes. So I'm going to make something very clear to you. This game isn't a game of hustle. Sure, hard work is very important, but the game is about preparation. Real traders, they don't work much harder than you. They just work much smarter than you, especially before the market opens. So when it's time to strike, it kind of looks effortless. And what I'm going to do in this video is I'm going to show you my preparation for the end of day method or the EOD method that I've created, that I teach in my community. It's 8 o'clock and 16 minutes in the morning, and I'm about to start doing my prep. But before we go into the prep, let's continue with the core lesson to the secret to easy trades: hard work, but not what you think. So, we all want easy money, right? Then what we do is we do the hard work before the market opens. Hard work in this game isn't about grinding 12 hours. It's about gathering an edge quietly, consistently, relentlessly. And what that means is that you need to know who's buying and who's selling, identifying real levels before price gets there, watching the sector, the spread, the speed, knowing the volume dynamics behind every single tick, you know. It's really about, well, being primed mentally. You're not just watching price, you're studying behavior, you're training your instincts, you're building readiness. Yesterday, I got a couple of very solid trades, and I'm going to show you those trades very well. Why I entered, where I entered, and I'm going to show you where my hard work was. I do have open trade too on oil, and we're going to go over that in detail. But most of you right now, what you're doing is you're showing up to the market like the market owes you something. The market doesn't pay you for being present, it pays you for being prepared. So, what you gotta do is you need to prep like a killer, sit in silence, watch tape, build conviction, and then your moment comes. That's when you pounce. No second guessing, no chasing, no emotional swings. Because when you do the work, execution is, it's peace. Now, I don't have much more to go over, but just gonna give you a proper, ending to this here. Most traders, they waste effort on the wrong things. Like I said, they work harder, they don't work smarter. What we're about to do is go into my charts, and I'm gonna show you what it looks like to, complete your preparations properly. So here's my trading terminal, and we're gonna start from left to right. But before we go into anything, as you can see, I have oil. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to prepare my daily levels on the 5-minute chart. First of all, they're right there. So yesterday when the market closed, that's where the selling was, while the buying was right there. So we're going to take those two levels. And as you can see, I've got a bunch of sells already from the FOMC meeting, which happened on Wednesday. Today's Friday, and you can see I've got 1, 2, 3 positions all in sell. I had some other ones too. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to study the market real quick, and the only thing I'm going to focus on is where has price action been going. If we pay attention to price action, sure, we have this pattern. We have been very extended based on my level, based on my levels, based on my system. 961, we've been very extended upwards. All the while, price action has been forming lower highs. Each swing up has been lower, telling me that there is a lot of weakness in this market. Meaning that what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to take this, go with the pending order right here, and grab a solid breakout stop right above 761. That's a 28 pip stop. Get a minimum 3 to 1 risk reward, which gives me a 90-point take profit. That's it. That's my prep. It doesn't seem too hard. Moving over to NASDAQ, these are yesterday's levels, yesterday's moves. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to drag this down here and this down here, and I'm going to take the market's bulls and bears of yesterday just to complete my preparation. So regarding the selling, it's right there. Regarding the buying, it's right there. Why do I say this? Because that's the last bears and the last bulls. That's all I'm looking for. And then I get these levels here. So you guys can see that out. We are not too extended from the weekly levels. We were very above them, and then yesterday we came crashing down, pretty well with a lot of force. So Nasdaq, I'm not going to trade it right now. The DAX, it's coming down. There was a potential contraction here. My sellers are right there. My buyers are right here. We are extended towards the downside. No trade for me just yet. Regarding gold, I almost got stopped out just now on a trade I have from yesterday. But what I'm going to do is get my buyers and sellers. So there's my sellers, there's my buyers. There is an opportunity for a short. I'll take it. So I'm going to put a stop right above the selling zone. That's 300 points, and then we're going to go with 900 points for a take profit. Oil, our plan there. Bitcoin, I'm just going to clean up my chart, fix my levels. There's sellers, and there's the last buyers. Go over to Euro. Euro's coming up. There's my buyers. There's my sellers, and we've just tested the zone, so I'm just going to get into this market real quick. Put a stop right inside the zone. That's 8 points. And I'm going to go with 24 for the take profit. 3 to 1. And that's it. The reason I'm entering this trade is because we've just broke out of a key level weekly. That's the purple. And then we retested the sellers of yesterday. They seem to be leaving and the market could go up. CAD JPY, pretty interesting. Let's map our levels here. We got sellers. We got our buyers. We're out. GBP AUD. That's my watch list, by the way. That's my perfect 8. And there's my buyers down here. So we're also down. Aside from that, I don't have anything else. So I guess that's it. I mean, again, most traders, they think hard work is screen time. But the best traders I've ever seen didn't come from 10-hour days. They came from 10-minute focus preps before the market opened, the candle, before the candle moved, before the money showed up. So in today's video, I walked you through how real traders define hard work. In my view, it's just having a proper process and a proper system that allows you to very quickly get into the zone. So the trade should feel easy. The prep should be hard but easy. And I guess that's it. At the end of the day, my easiest profits this week did come from, hard work, but it came from proper preparation when it comes to hard work. So let me very quickly show you a trade on Bitcoin. So that's a trade right there. Now this came from this trade here. Look, I took it as it was coming back into a specific level, not this one, but a different one. And I targeted the weekly buy. I ended up coming out of this with 1,700 points. That was a 5 to 1 risk reward. I will show you one more trade here on the NASDAQ yesterday. I took this buy right here, 30 points, sorry, 60 points, 3 to 1. Um, that's because yesterday's levels were obviously different. Maybe I should have started with that. And I'll show you a CAD JPY here real quick. Pretty solid 48-point winner. There it is. As we broke out of 261, we came out of the weekly levels. You can see them right here. I ended up grabbing this take profit here for 45 points. Aside from that, I don't have anything else to add. I've got oil runners. I'm going to do a pretty solid recap on this because I've been holding this since Wednesday. That's 2 days so far. Aside from that, thank you so much for watching this, and I'll see you in the next video.